Hi, I'm Tom Maycock with Red Horse Performance. I'm here today to show you how we crimp our fittings onto our hose. A few things we're going to be using today is obviously a crimp fitting. It's our 7000 series fitting. A piece of our 235 hose. This is our premium race hose. And of course our actual crimp machine. A couple things I do here. First thing is I'll remove the collar. The collar is removable and replaceable. That way if you ever want to put a different hose on that fitting, you can actually cut the collar off, reuse the fitting, and just replace the collar. So what I'll do is this is just a little cheat secret I do. There's two bevels on the actual collar. What I'll do is I'll mark the first bevel with a marker, and the reason I do that is because it's threaded. So this collar actually threads onto the fitting. I don't want to crimp the actual threads. That way when I do cut it off, if I ever need to cut it off, I can unscrew the rest of it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll screw that back in. I'll slide the hose into the actual fitting until it bottoms out. Okay, let's go over to the machine and I'll show you how the machine works. Okay, before we actually crimp the fitting, there is a final crimp spec on the collar. Each size is going to be different. Today we're using a -8. So the final crimp spec on our -8 is 18 millimeters. So what I do is I'll go ahead and turn the machine on. I have the correct dies already set in. I will close the dies to full compression. Shut the machine off, and I'll take a set of digital calipers and measure this opening here to 18 millimeters. I did preset it up just so it would go a little quicker with the video. But so all I want to do is get the inside diameter of the actual opening here to 18 millimeter, which it is. This particular machine we use is an adjustable machine. As you can see up here, it uses a a micrometer dial. So if you have an 18 millimeter die and your specific fitting is 18.3 millimeter final crimp spec, you can actually dial that in with the micrometer dial. Instead of buying each and every die for each and every fitting. So okay, let's get going on it. So what I'll do is I'll start the machine again. I'll open it back up. We already assembled the fitting onto the hose. And remember I left my black mark. I want to crimp it right at that mark. So I'll bring it in. Start crimping. What I'll do is I'll get it close and then actually get it set up to where I want it to be. Just like so. And then we crimp. Okay? We shut the machine off. As you can see, it's a nice crimp. We still got the black mark. So if we ever want to remove this fitting from this hose, we'll cut the collar off and then unscrew the rest. And then what I'll do is after I crimp it, I'll measure it with the caliper again. Make sure it's 18 millimeter, which if you can see, it is. We do offer the machine itself. It does come with all the dies. The dies are measured for our fittings. But the actual machine, remember like I said, it is adjustable with the micrometer dial. So you can actually use pretty much anybody's fittings with this machine because you can dial it into whatever your spec's going to be. It's a great deal on the machine, works great with our fittings, actually works great with all crimp fittings.